We're going to start with Gary since he's incumbent. Gary Long is a candidate for the Lee County Commissioner. And we have 8 minutes to speak. Lee Van Noy will raise the yellow card when you've got, that's behind you, when you've got 1 minute left, and then you've got 3 minutes for questions and answers. Okay, thank you. Gary.
I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. I am fixing to start my 16th year with the county on the commission. Most of it's been pretty fun. It's gotten a little bit rougher lately. And I'll start by talking about one of the things that I guess I had come under so much fire for, and that's this curbside pickup. And explain what led us to make that decision to go to curbside. When I first got on the commission, our open top containers were pretty well, I guess, in order. We were picking up, gosh, I don't know how many tons of garbage. This last, I guess, 2021, we started picking up, or we didn't start, we've been picking up, it was steadily growing. In fact, our garbage tonnage at the landfill was outpacing our population. And so we felt certain what was going on, and that is that the cities and the counties that surround us were using our open top containers. So we started trying to fence some that we could. Some we just absolutely couldn't because it just wasn't enough room. I don't know how we would have ever fenced the 240 site. But all it seemed to do was to shift to the ones that we couldn't fence. We put cameras up. And then probably the worst part for me was the employees, the men and women that work for solid waste that had to work every Thanksgiving, every Christmas. I mean, it was so difficult for them to have time off. And so the discussion came up about the curbside pickup. And I'll tell you, I know that people miss the open top containers, and a lot of them in Columbus and Phoenix City and Russell County and Macon County, they miss it too. In fact, I work with a guy, I'm not going to say any names, but his father-in-law is very involved in Columbus, Georgia. And so he goes to his father-in-law and he says, hey, he just moved to Columbus and married this man's daughter. And he says, where can I take big stuff that won't fit in my can? Does Columbus have a landfill I can take it to? And he told him, he said, oh, don't worry about that. Take it to Lee County like I do. And I didn't think that was really very funny because if you ever go by the one on 379 Home Mercy, that thing during Christmas holidays would just be run over, and pictures all over Facebook, and it was tough. And so we had to make a decision, and we made that decision. Obviously it wasn't a popular one, but I tell you, I stand by the decision I made. If it gets me beat, so be it, because I felt like Lee County did not need to continue open top. We were the last county in the state to go away from the open top containers. And so it's just something that I was really extremely concerned about. It was costing our taxpayers money to have to deal with somebody else's trash. We haven't quite been in a full year, so I don't know exactly how the numbers are going to stand up to to the last year, full year that we took garbage to the landfill from the open tops to the first year of curbside. But right now, the numbers for 9 months are pretty drastic. And so it's proof to me that that we're not picking up as much garbage from outside of our county. I don't know if y'all are aware of the bulk pickup that can be scheduled. I know that some people have tried to call and they've had a hard time getting through. Call me. I mean, I encourage you to call me. I got the number to the director to make that happen, and I get a lot of phone calls about that, and they're just overrun. I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but it is what it is until we can finally get some kind of a handle on the bulk pickup. But you can get 2 bulk pickups a month that for your oversized. One of my wife's family gave us an old antique bed, and Brenda was insistent that we take that nasty mattress with it, and I put it out there by the road and called for a bulk pickup, and they came and picked it up. So that's one thing. I stand behind my decision. I won't pretend to tell you that I questioned it. There were some things that we could have done different, but they happened. The billing was an issue, and I'm hoping that we're finally starting to get through some of that. The second thing that I see on Facebook is our fire department. Now, I can sit here and tell you that I abstained from the discussion on that, and I did not vote on it. But the fact is, I supported them. The reason being is I felt like our volunteers were dwindling. And if we didn't do something, we'd already had to give up the ambulance. And so our volunteers were it was just getting to be too much. And the funding was part of it. So if ACCA had not advised me to abstain, I would have voted for it. I'm not going to tell you any different, because I think this community needs it. If we lose our fire department, we're going to be in sad shape. All right, the extra money that they're charging for the fire fee won't even compare to what the insurance companies are going to go up to without fire protection. I know that over on Somerville Road going down to River Ridge, years ago they built a fire station there because River Ridge was having problems. Their insurance rates were high, and so the fire department built that. So there's good in it. So I've seen the red card. My time's up. Anybody have any questions?
I have one. Is there a possibility that the compactor down here, is there a possibility they could open like once a month for people in Lee County to bring their bulk in?
We had discussed that. Part of the problem with that is if it's crowded and traffic starts backing out onto 280, and we won't know unless we try it. I will say that. We felt like maybe the bulk pickup could handle the needs, but and we have talked about looking into that. I won't tell you that it'll happen, but we have discussed it. We discussed it early on and decided to try the bulk pickup. And it, if they can't get all the calls, then maybe that's exactly where we need to go. I won't promise you anything, but we have considered it.
Is there a limit to bulk pickup? Just put up anything you want out there?
Well, there is a limit on the size. You can't put a whole tree out there. You can cut that tree up into to smaller pieces. I think the size is like maybe a 6 by 6. Judge, do you know offhand what the bulk pickup size is?
6 foot diameter,
4 foot. Is it 4 foot by 6 foot?
I thought the door
It's
is.
6 inches.
Pickup diameter, I don't think is a consideration, it's just a limit.
Oh, the length can't be more than 4 feet. Okay. Well, there's a pile of, the size of the pile. You can't even cut up a whole tree and put it out there beside the road because they have so many pickups that they have to make each day that if it's larger, I want to say it's 4 yards. I don't remember, and I'm sorry that I don't.
And do you do any recycling anymore?
We have got a couple of places, and that's one of the things that I've asked John McDonald, who is the director of solid waste, to please let's get this started because there's so many people that shop online and they get boxes. Well, a lot of those folks are burning those boxes, and they could go to a recycling center, and we need to be doing that. But we have not, and we're trying to figure out which one of the sites that we could possibly do that at, but we're still we're really trying to get everything figured out in the curbside pickup.
I have a question. Thank you, Commissioner Long, for coming here and talking to the people here. My question is very specific. It's about July 12th, 2021. It's when you motioned to streamline the agenda. And that streamline effectively censors public comments from not only the live stream video, the recorded video, but also the minutes of the meeting. And I wondered, what was the issue and why did you do that?
We decided to change how citizen comments were handled. One night we had a gentleman get upset, lost his temper, got arrested, had a gun on him in our chambers. And at that point, we said, this is too much. It went out over the air. It was bad. It was real bad.
What did the gentleman get upset about?
He got upset because we were spending dollars, COVID-related dollars, trying to protect the Smith Station Tag Office and the Auburn Satellite Office.
Is that the when Olene Price, the revenue commissioner, wanted to get canine dogs in her offices to enforce 6 feet compliance and masks?
I don't remember anything about that. Thank you. Thank y'all.